Hello again, everybody. This is Sebastian Keynes with another gotcha game. And in this one, we're going to be covering God's Raid. And I'm going to bring it in from the perspective of a beginner because I did start this account fresh. I have not spent on it. I kept it free to play because I wanted to see how friendly it was for free to play players or ones that are going to prefer to be low spend. And so far, what I think of it. But all in all, if you decide to give it a try, keep these tips in mind as you start investing your resources. So one of the unique aspects of this game, God's Raid, is it's in the title. Is the gods are raiding along with the heroes that are in the game. Now, we do have a catalog of heroes, and we do have different archetypes, right? So we have not only are they divided by the factions that they're in, or at least in this case, they're calling them species types. So we have humans, undead, demons, orcs, and beasts. So those are the 5 types right now that we're working with. But at the same time, we do have a tier or some type of ranking system within that we're all very accustomed to when it comes to playing gacha games. We have the uncommons and the commons, we have the rares, the epics, legendaries, and they actually do have mythics in this game. And as you can see, most of the heroes that I've unlocked are all of the lower qualities. I have had some epics, and I've been lucky enough to acquire some of the legendaries. When you are starting the game, if you run through the first chapter of the campaign on normal, you will get a 10 pop at the end. You're gonna get a 10 summons when you complete that chapter. In that summon pool, you will get an opportunity to get a legendary. And so from what I've seen right now, that's the one avenue that you have in terms of trying to re-roll if you don't like the legendary that you get. But trust me, if you're going to invest the time to actually play the game and you're patient and you grind it, you're going to get more resources to eventually do some more summons, and you'll get other legendaries in the account. If you want any indication as to what the type of legendaries the people are really looking for, Paladin is one. I do not have her yet, but she is heavy damage dealer. People are really looking at her. The other one that I heard good things about is the Duke of Darkness. So that's one fellow that you can, if you get him early on, those legendaries are really going to help you. But right now, the legendaries that I have, and I've heard things about Viking Princess, good things about the Orc Chief. The legendaries that I'm playing right now, they're doing a good job for me to advance into the game. All right, so they have the interface here, and for each one of them, you're going to have the opportunity to level them up. You're going to need experience potions, of course, to do that. You're going to be able to train them, and you're going to get some skills unlocked, or you're going to be improving their actions here with these resources here, and I will show you where you can farm those. And at the same time, then you can come in here and gear them with whatever gear you're able to collect. Now, right now I have 80 slots unlocked, and that is because I'm trying to hoard as much of the gear as I can. And this is going to be key for all you folks. Some of the inclination is going to be to sell that very uncommon rare gear, even in uncommon, common, and rare gear right away. Do not do that, because at the beginning of the game, you're going to see 2 things that are not going to be unlocked for you. And one of them is going to be the Pandora's box. Here in the Pandora's box, you can get actually extra stat boosts, and the one thing that you sacrifice to get these extra stats boosts is uncommon, rare, and common equipment. So as you can see here, it says, hey, you have a piece that you can sacrifice to then collect it. And once you have all the slots filled, you're going to get the extra stat boost. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to register this, and now I have sacrificed a piece of gear, but I'm 3 steps away from getting all heroes get an additional 3% crit damage. And that's going to be big, especially when we're trying to advance into the game. So keep that in mind. Don't sell your gear early on. Keep it, try to unlock the slots as much as you can, and use those diamonds, those early diamonds that are coming to you. Don't use them all for summons. Do save some in case you need some resources. The other thing to also keep in mind is going to be the God's Grace. You are going to unlock this feature eventually as you level up. And in this instance here, you're going to be sacrificing the souls, because then you give blessings to your gods to make him even stronger. Now, where are those fusion? So if we go here, So let me show you where. So all these right here, all these fragments are essentially dupes that I have somehow acquired to either farming campaign or doing some summons. You get one daily summons for free every day. So I log in, you may get a dupe. I might have done some 10 summons here and there, and so I eventually, through all the farming and to all the collections that have been done or unlocking new the stages in the dungeons, you get all of this stuff. And so the inclination for you right away is going to be, well, I probably want an epic, or I probably want a legendary to go after to add to the account, but you really don't want to do that, at least for the lower quality ones. Save them as much as you can, because once you unlock God's grace, you are going to want to invest some of these into that and get your gods to be more powerful. So don't rush too quickly about forming your roster. And that is the thing here. Once I settled on the 5 heroes that I thought were the strongest in my account at the time that I started the game, that is pretty much what you're going to go with. It's really hard to get experience in this game, and early on it was really pain. You could be farming 50 runs in campaign when you come in here, especially if they're 3 stars. You might only increase their level by 1, and you'll probably just sigh and look exhausted about it. But in one of the most recent updates, they added this training pit, and I'm actually using my higher tier gods to make sure that the time that it takes to level to get 1 level completed, the time is shortened. If you do not have the higher ranking gods, then you may want to put whatever god you have, so at least you can train them and get some levels on these heroes. So these heroes here, I'm not using them, I'm just leveling them. Eventually, hopefully they catch up to the heroes rosters that I have here, and then I can start using them along with the heroes that I do have. All right, now let's turn to the gods. So here are the gods. They are actually affiliated. They're affiliated or enchanted, I should say, to the hero, and so both of them combine to become one strong unit. So the hero here has all the skills, whether they do damage, whether they do healing, everything that we've used to from a gacha game. But then we have a god. Poseidon is one that you're going to get for free. He is really powerful. I really do like him because of his divine wave. Really can do some damage and can help you clear waves if you're struggling to clear them. And then of course he gives you the favors here with increased accuracy, and you can get a barrier. It's like a shield in terms of what he gives you, so then you can survive a little bit longer. And the other thing to keep in mind too is that you are going to have some type of blessing to a specific type of units. So in this case, Poseidon boost orc heroes. So if you can early on, make sure that when you look at your heroes that you try to diversify a little bit more than what I did in my example here, because I did pick a beast, so I didn't take that too much into account. But then I selected 4 humans, so there aren't too many gods to boost humans in my account. So just if you can diversify it a little bit, but make sure that you cover on all angles, like you have a healer and you have somebody that can provide you attack up, or they can give you crit resistance, or just accuracy, just as an example, right? To make sure that you kind of diversify a little bit your types too, because then you can actually have a little bit more flexibility with the gods that you have. So right now, at least in my account, I have been lucky enough to get 4 absolute gods, and so I'm using them as much as I can because they are really powerful. And Freya is one that I like really a lot right now, because she does help me in terms of resurrecting all my allies when they do fall. Poseidon, like I said, is really strong. Zeus, of course, and I like Thor. Thor is his animation is really fun, but he can actually help and do some damage. So there are different the different type of gods that we have are mythic, ancients, and absolutes. Of course, absolutes are going to be the harder ones to attain. We can get ancients, we can get mythics, and if time comes when you accumulated enough of the fragments, you can then do god fusions, and you can try to get high quality gods, especially the absolute ones. Another thing that I can mention to you in regards to hero fusions, I'm just going to click on this one. But if you get 50 fragments of a legendary that you do not think you're going to need, that is the one way that you're going to attain a mythic hero, and that is the only way that you can right now in the game to acquire mythic heroes. Is you're just gonna have to summon so many dupes of the legendary that you're then going to sacrifice them to get that mythic hero, if indeed is something that you wish to pursue. Right now, given how I'm playing this account, it'll probably be a while before I even see a mythic hero, but that's okay. We're enjoying the account as it is. We're enjoying it with legendaries. We're enjoying them with epics, and I'm learning the process as I go through here. We're gonna have tactics, of course, that you get boosts because you unlock heroes, and so you then unlock the pairings. You then get these extra stats, and eventually we'll get to awakenings once I unlock that feature. The other thing that I want to mention, especially if you're beginning, go through the campaign, try to unlock as much of it as you can. As you can see here, I'm going through hard. I'm trying to complete hard because eventually what I want to do is get to the higher levels so I can get more experience, right? And try to do that as much as possible. If you're not going to be a spender, you can get an extra boost for experience and gold if you just click here and watch an ad for 30 seconds. You get an hour, you can get a little bit of a boost, and you then can go farm. And before I forget, always collect your free energy. You're going to have 100 free energy here that you're going to be able to collect daily. So when this refreshes, don't pay diamonds for it. It'll actually say free. So collect that 100 there. And then always come here to the package. You'll see a red dot sometimes, especially when the cooldown has passed. You're going to come here to the limited shop. So in this case here, you'll set the daily free chest, and it'll say, okay, here's 10 diamonds. You can go ahead and get them. And then if you want 10 additional diamonds, you just have to watch an ad for about 30 seconds. And as you can see, every week here, I get a free chest of diamonds. Monthly, another chest of diamonds. And then there's always daily free energy here that you can collect, and it refreshes every 24 hours from the point that you collected. And some free equipment. And this is some of this equipment here is what I've actually been using to upgrade the Pandora's box. You come to arena, do the arena battles, especially if you like doing you go in a break and you just put your phone down, or if you're using an emulator on a PC, just click battle, and then here it'll ask you if you want to do consecutive battles. So your tickets will reload eventually, and so when I have 10, I just come in, click consecutive battles, I do the max, let the 10 roll, I come back, whatever my win rate is, I don't care. At least I was able to do some so I could collect some of these rewards. So don't ignore arena. There's some good rewards there, so try to do that as much as possible. We have the Valhalla passes, of course. You can see here saying that it's season 8 already. When I started this game, it was actually being advertised as this as our global launch, but I think that they've been going on for a while, especially in some type of beta version, and even this doesn't really feel like a global launch. I think that there is something they are truly going to expand to all a lot of other regions eventually, because there's still some things that they're fixing on. But you can see here that we can get some rewards on the top here, and if you want to, you can unlock these 2 ladders here. If you're just gonna go and buy the pass, just go ahead and get the premium pass. You get to purchase, and you get everything that you see here. I think that based on what I've seen, that this is probably the best resources here that you can get for your for the dollar that you decide to put into the game. Always come here and look for the shop. As you can see here, I invest in the stones right now so I can rank up my heroes. You're gonna have some elixirs here that you can pick up so you can actually level up your heroes. So that's something that you can invest in. Something that I'm looking into actually doing is actually looking to see if it's worth doing the soul tiers. I think it is. I think it's going to be had, because these will allow me to fuse heroes. So I'll do that in the future. It's 1200 diamonds, but I want to discuss this with other players to see if it's actually worth it as a free-to-play player. But that's something that I've seen other people do purchase and that they do have blocked out. Join a clan if you can. Make sure that your clan is active, because you're going to need to get to up to level 3, and then once you're in level 3 you can start hitting the boss. This boss hits hard, so don't be discouraged if you're wiped out early on, because you're not going to be powerful enough. Some of the members in my guild already are doing astronomical damage. They've been grinding it out, so it doesn't surprise me. But as long as you come in here, you hit it a couple times, you get some of these coins, and those are big, because then you can come into the shop, you can come into the clan shop, and you can actually get some resources here to level up your heroes. So don't ignore it. Try to get into a clan that is active and that they're working towards going to level 3, or that they already are at level 3. The last thing that I'm going to point you to is here, the crafting materials. So this is what I was telling you, that sometimes you're going to need common weapons, uncommon weapons, rare weapons to upgrade your Pandora's box, so you can use some of the resources here if you want to for that. So as you collect them, if you want to be forging or crafting materials, come and do it. Just make sure that you're using accordingly, and then that you need it. In some of this, actually, you can then rank them up. So for example, here I can use my uncommon trainees manuals to make them uncommon, and uncommon to rare, etc, etc, etc. So then I can keep leveling my heroes. The one thing that it does use up is gold, and I will tell you that one of the resources that is really scarce is gold in this game, because you'll go through it really fast, but you'll be able to farm it really easily, and you can spend the time at least to get some stamina there. And then you can see here that we have the accessories that we're going to need to eventually level up our heroes as well with the equipment, and you can get rings, earrings, and necklaces. Now, where do you farm that? Essentially, what you're going to come and do is that this is going to unlock for you. The first thing that you're going to unlock is the Maze Island. Here's where you can farm gold. You're going to be able to farm enhancement materials, so you can rank up your gear, and you're going to get magic ores as well, so you can rank up your gear, and these awakening seeds, so these training manuals that you're going to need to make sure that you skill your heroes and make them more powerful. And then eventually you'll unlock the Hall of God. Here is where you're going to be farming materials for the rings, the necklaces, and the earrings. And at the same time, here is also where you can get some elixir for your gods. And this is where I come when I feel stuck. This is where I come and get some elixirs for my gods, make them a little bit more powerful. And then sometimes that truly does help in advancing the content. I really think that the gods are where a lot of the power the power that you need sometimes to clear a level comes in. And then they have something, they have the Tower of Incarnation, which in other games they're either called Void Towers or Doom Towers. So you'll come in here, and the neat thing about this tower here is that you can come in here and you can come in and say battle, and you can do click autoplay. So you can see here that if I wasn't stuck on floor 92 and my heroes were powerful enough, I still have 17 auto runs. So then what it'll do, it'll just do the runs in the background, or not in the background, it'll do your runs. You just leave your game in the background, go do whatever you need to do, and then you come back and then you look to see if everything was completed. So it's really neat. And as you climb up in each one of these floors, you get some neat resources, and you get souls, you get fusion fragments that you're going to need to accumulate to eventually use them to either invest them here in your God's Grace, or you can use them to fuse some heroes. Okay, and then the last thing that I'm going to leave you with, because I think everybody's really curious about it, is the summons. What does the summon portal look like? Well, this is what you're going to be shown when you log into the game. Like I said, you get one free hero summon every day, and you'll get one god summon every day that you can then use to summon every day. You get one for free, so use it. Take it your advantage. Build your pity if you have to. Okay. Eventually, you're gonna get tickets in game, or you can purchase them. You're gonna get tickets in game, where then you are allowed to then use them to summon your god, or you can use them to summon your hero. They also have special banners where there are specific legendaries or gods that are going to be available to you. And as you can see here, it says 99 summons, you get to 0. So the summon chance to get a legendary 0.5% in this game. I have not seen any events where the rates are doubled, so this is truly what we're going with for now. Epics are 4%, rares at 30.5%, and then the rest are common and uncommons. Now the thing is, especially when it comes to a special banner like this, where there are increasing the chances for you to get Dark Witch, at least in this banner here, at least in the first try, if you summon the first legendary that you summon, you have a 50-50 chance that it's going to be her. If you don't get her on that first one, the second time, if you do summon a legendary, it's going to be her. So that's what this banner is. Otherwise, you can just come here and you can get whichever hero you you see here in the description in the portal. So don't and actually it even gives you the rates of each one individually, and so far all these legendary heroes have the same rate, so it's just RNG after that as to which one you're going to get. And then of course then you build your pity here. And if you're interested in the summon animation, so here for the gods, same thing. If you don't get her on the first one, you're guaranteed in the second one, but you're going to need at least 200 summons to guarantee yourself an Athena. All right, so it looks like in some aspect of the game, I collected 10 god tickets. So let's summon them just to give you an example here. So then what you're going to see is you're going to see the animation come up. You're going to see the little cube, and then what's going to happen, or the prism, I'm sorry, I think it's a prism. What you're going to see is you're going to see some flashes. So if we see only one flash, it's going to be a mythic. If we see two flashes, it's going to be an ancient. And then D1, the 0.5% when it comes to these cards, is going to be the absolute. And then we'll see 3 flashes on that. So if I do the 10 summon here, here's what you're going to see. So you see the egg, now you see the little prism arise. So now we're just counting for little flashes. So now 2, so I'm at least guaranteed an ancient out of this. There it is. So we'll just go through all of these here. Okay, so these are all fragments that I can then use to fuse them, to try to get a higher quality one. And then you can see that we got these fragments here for the higher rarity. They're expensive. There's 5,000 diamonds to get. So I think that when it comes to the game, if you're going to be on the expense front, that is where they're going to get you, is the summon tickets for the gods. Those are the priciest ones over the heroes, and like I said, that is mostly because the gods really are the ones that pop this game and make it go. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show you. Things to keep an eye on as you are, if you decide to give this game a try and you start from the beginning. Hopefully those tips help you out, and I will be covering this game. I will try to release a video at least once a week and at least show you what type of progress have I made, what obstacles I was able to clear, and what could possibly you could do to make sure that you progress through your account as quickly as possible. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you in the next video.